This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. During the next hour, the insane Daryl Wayne and I are going to explore some issues that, especially now during COVID-19 and the pandemic, affect each and every one of us. We're going to talk about exercise. We're going to talk about hydration. We're going to talk about getting up and moving about, with many people not going into the office, staying at home, and sitting at their desk hour after hour after hour. When they do finally get up to maybe go to the restroom, they're a little bit hunched over, they're a little bit crooked, and maybe there's some pain. So to fight the pain of the pandemic at home, we're going to be speaking with Frank Titus. He's founder of Titus Motion Therapy, and he is going to help us alleviate pain and get our posture back. Frank, thanks for joining us here on Late Night Health.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
One of the things that I've noticed with the pandemic is that I'll sit at my desk for hours at a time and not get up. I have to remind myself, and I try to do it, but if I'm embroiled in something, even a conversation, I will stay here for maybe 2 hours. Then when I get up, oh my goodness, my lower back is just singing with pain. What should I be doing?
Well, a few things. One of the easiest things to fix is your screen height. I've worked with companies and individuals for 28 years, and if you just change the screen height, so make sure the center of your screen is that when you sit tall, is at eye level, not the top of your screen like a lot of ergonomic people talk about, but the center of your screen. That will change your posture dramatically, because your head is 8 pounds, and if it's just a little forward, it's like a bowling ball. If you hold it close to your shoulder, you can hold it, but if it's a little forward, that's a lot of weight. It's about the same as your head. So just something simple like that will help. And if you could get up and move, I tell some of my patients to just set an alarm, or a timer for an hour, and just get up and move around. And I could give them some simple things to do, even if they're at the office, and then go back to work.
Now, you've also worked with, office people, corporations, but you've also worked with a lot of sports figures. Is there any difference between somebody who's a professional athlete and, me, who is a non-professional athlete?
Absolutely, there is a difference, and absolutely there is not a difference. The not difference is our bodies all are made to work the same way. We have the same structure, we have the same muscles, and they need to be reminded that how to activate and what in order to activate. But when you're a professional athlete, you're using your body in a much different way and a much different demand, but they, just as you and I, as simple people, we sit too much. So professional athletes sit the same amount. When I worked on Kobe Bryant, per se, you sit in your desk in elementary school and high school. He didn't go to college. So you're only an athlete for so many hours at the end of the day. You're sitting and sleeping more. So you really have to figure out how to get the muscles that are supposed to work right and work correctly, and hold your posture in the right way before you go out and use these bigger muscles, because the bigger muscles can take over for the postural muscles, and that creates a big problem.
As I'm sitting here at my desk, in my studio at home,
Yes.
and watching Daryl, who's in the studio. Daryl is leaning back slightly. I'm leaning forward slightly. Should we both be upright?
Well, what I have my patients do is to sit up as tall as you can at your desk or wherever Daryl and you are. And then, again, center the screen at that height. And then you can, when you start to, what happens with Titus motion therapy is that after the 8 weeks, it's only 8-week treatment, is that you're going to feel more comfortable sitting upright. When you slouch or you sit back or whatever, it's not going to be as comfortable as sitting upright when you're working at your desk or something like that, even at like the dinner table. But when you're on your couch, you're in a slouch and do things like that. So I'm not saying that you have to be perfect alignment all the time, but the more that you can do it and the more you do it, the more comfortable it's going to feel.
Is posture the key?
Posture is definitely key, because when you look at an anatomy charts, it shows the alignment, and that's how the muscles are supposed to work. And when you get out of alignment, then some muscles are being asked to do things that they were not really designed to do. The design's been around for quite a while, and so when we get away from that design, things don't work as well.
So to be in alignment, what if I just went to my chiropractor once a week? Is that good enough or not?
That's a great question. And I work with chiropractors and I work on chiropractors. Most of us in the health field get into the health field because our family or ourselves are hurting. And my deal with chiropractors, it's great. If you get into an accident, they'll adjust you and get you back to moving the correct way. But on the long term, you have to do something to challenge your body in order to keep the correct alignment. You can't just keep going over and over and over again. You wouldn't go back to the mechanic if you said you have to keep coming in to get things fixed. You would go to someone that is able to correct the problem, and then it will last. And that's what people have with Titus motion therapy at the end of the 8 weeks.
And we're going to talk about the 8-week part in our second time together in a few moments. But I'm really curious about the alignment part. And my wife, for example, I'll be walking, she'll say, stand up straight. I mean, it reminds me of my mother. Don't slouch, stand up straight. Is that something that's a good thing, or do you have to do it yourself? Denise Austin, who's an exercise guru on TV and on the internet, she's always saying, all right, remind yourself to sit up straight, stand up straight.
Right. I totally understand that. And that's, again, it's a great question. But if you do these simple things throughout the 8 weeks of Titus motion therapy, you don't have to think about it. Rather than you're just going to have the things that are going to remind you to do it automatically, and it's going to be more comfortable. Just like I was talking about the sitting, once you do these things, it's going to be more comfortable to be upright rather than having to think about it all the time. If you have to think about it all the time, then you're not getting the right treatment or exercises or stretches or whatever it is that you need. And that is a big difference between, Titus motion therapy and a lot of things, because it's all individualized.
Frank, hold on. We're going to take a time out because we're running out of time for this segment. We're going to be back. We'll talk about the fact that Titus motion therapy is only an 8-week course. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Be sure to join us at latenighthealth.com. That's latenighthealth.com. We'll be back as Late Night Health continues. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment. If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. Opening your heart is the only way to allow all the light in. Unconditional love does exist, but it takes trust, something not a lot of people are willing to give. But how can you expect it if you don't provide it too? All hearts are refillable, rechargeable, and renewable. So why worry about being burned? By giving, you have everything to gain. Think of how beautiful your life would be if someone loved you without barriers, gave all of their heart to you without conditions, and wrapped their soul around you like it was your last day on earth. Today, you can be that person for someone else.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com. Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Be sure to check us out at latenighthealth.com. And, of course, you can follow us at LinkedIn by going to linkedin.com/Mark Alyn, MarkAlyn. And we are on all of the major podcasting platforms, iTunes, Spreaker. I'm forgetting some, but any idea? Throw them out.
Radio.com, Stitcher, iHeartMedia.
Yeah, all those. Yeah, YouTube. That's a fun one. Anyway, we're spending some time with Frank Titus from Titus Motion Therapy. And Frank, you mentioned several times in our last segment that your program is 8 weeks, and then you're fixed.
Well, yes, you're fixed, but it's like going to the dentist as well. You know, you go and get things fixed, and you go and get a checkup every couple times a year. So after 8 weeks, you're going to be pain-free. And then what you'll get is a couple routines to carry on with your life. It'll be simple. You won't need any exercise. You won't need any equipment. You won't need any hands-on manipulation. You can do this yourself. So I would say equate it as like brushing your teeth. I mean, your teeth make up only a little bit of your body. Your muscles make up all of the rest. So it's pretty simple just to come back and just get a tune-up and just to remind people that you need to keep brushing your teeth or keep doing your routine from Titus Motion Therapy.
And one of the things that I was thinking about when you said that is like psychology. You go to a therapist, they want you there for 20 years. That's how they afford their boats. You're saying you get your boat somehow another way. Because an 8-week course, you're fixed. Come back once or twice a year for an adjustment. That's terrific.
Yeah, that's the way it works. And people don't. A lot of the people, I wouldn't say most, but the most. I get referrals from doctors and chiropractors, massage therapists, and acupuncturists that I always get the people that they can't fix, and I still help them. And then it only takes a short 8 weeks. People don't understand how simple it is. Just get your body. You have all the same muscles and all the same bones as people that don't have pain. And so all you have to do is at the end, it's going to be 10 to 15 minutes once a day. Bam, roll out of bed, you're done. But after those 8 weeks, you have, like I said, like you have the toothbrush. You just have to use it. I don't tell people how to build the house. I just sell them a hammer, and then they have to go and actually use it.
Got it. So it's a lifestyle change. It's doing some techniques, stretching, and some exercise that's simple that you can do at home by yourself.
Yes. The amazing part is it is just that simple. If you could just do the 10 to 15 minutes every day, you're going to be pain-free, or as painless as you can be, depending on what the condition is. But most people are pain-free. And this fits into your active lifestyle or even your inactive lifestyle. I mean, it's not going to take you that long. You could make some coffee in 10 minutes, and you could have done your exercises. And that's another big thing is hydration. You really need to get, hydrate your body. It's supposed to be, about whatever your body weight is, half of that weight in ounces is what you're supposed to get in order for your body to, work the correct way. Your body is 2/3 water.
That's like a swimming pool worth of water for me. Frank, because it's summertime, because we're kind of trapped within our own homes, I haven't worn shoes in 4 months. I mean, I have a couple of times, but I walk around the house barefoot. I go outside, I'm barefoot. Is walking barefoot good for you or bad for you? Or doesn't it matter?
I think it's great because it puts your body, your body has to work. The muscles have to work. If you have orthotics in your shoes, the muscles that are supposed to be holding that position now are not working. So when I work on people that have orthotics, we will wean them off of the orthotics and get their muscles to actually work. When you have flat feet, it's probably because your hips are weak and your knees are turning in a little bit, and that's where that weight is going. But you can get things into alignment, and I believe exactly what you're doing is great. The big thing that you could actually work on, and people could work on at home, is when you're walking, if you can push off with that big toe and think about that for a while every day, that'll retrain and your feet will be straight, and that will help. That's just something simple to do. And then literally after a while, you won't even have to think about it. It'll just happen.
I know that in my case, I was born with flat feet. Okay? You could measure a board by the bottoms of my feet.
Right.
So I don't have fallen arches. I never had them.
Right.
So I do wear an orthotic.
Well, I could answer that in a lot of different ways. I don't know if you or the audience know what club feet is, but club feet is your feet are turned upside down and inward. My niece had that, and also Mia Hamm had that, and everybody knows what an amazing soccer player she was.
Right.
So you can change all of that because muscles move bones, right? Your bones in your feet could be flat because your knees are turned inward and your feet are turned outward. And I can tell you that without even looking at you, that is the way that your body is.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely. I turn in and all of that that you just mentioned, and my feet generally don't hurt, and in the last couple of months, my feet actually feel better being barefoot. I don't even, no socks because it's been warm, and I think that's the. I feel connected to the earth. The only thing that
is also a great point. Like, that's supposed to be one of the great things for when you travel with air, we get reconnected back to the earth, but also just using those muscles will help. And like I said, I can evaluate people even just over the phone, like yourself. But if you turn your feet straight, your knees are really going to be inward. And if you move your knees outward, the muscle that does that is up in your hip. So trying to address your feet is not really the actual problem.
Got it. How much time do I need to spend every day to keep my back healthy, pain-free? What's the actual time commitment?
10 to 15 minutes. You don't need any exercise. You just need some floor space, some wall space. And you don't really even need that once you get really aware of where your body is in space, and that's the kinesthetic sense that Titus motion therapy ends up incorporating into your life, because you understand this is the muscle that's supposed to be doing this. This is where I'm supposed to be feeling that. And so, like when I play beach volleyball, I'll put my back up against one of the poles on the volleyball court, and then I can just use that as the wall. You can literally do this anywhere, anytime.
Frank, we really appreciate your time today. If you want information about Titus Motion Therapy, that's where you go, TitusMotionTherapy.com, TitusMotionTherapy.com. Frank has been doing this for over 28 years. He's worked with people like you and me and celebrities and athletes. So we wish him well in another 28 years at least of helping people be pain-free. Frank, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Coming up next, a self-serving time of 10 minutes. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com.
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.